And hello there, it's Dr. Brenda, sociologist, financial coach, founder of Gutsy Women Finances Community, full-time RVer, traveling the USA with my 3 cats. Whoa, it is loud out here, isn't it? I'm actually outside of Joshua Tree National Park. Hey, please subscribe below. If you already subscribed, thank you so much. Hit the bell to be notified of new videos. All right, so I'm outside Joshua Tree National Park. Lovely little campground. It's got a well-fed pond filled with ducks, so they are having a heck of a morning. Hope you can hear me okay. 5 years ago, I'd gotten back from a long business trip and walked, went to the doctor's office to get allergy shots, and my work phone stopped working. There's the clue. All right, 5 years ago, I walked into the office and the VP escorted me into HR. 5 years ago, I got my boxes and started cleaning up my office and headed out. 5 years ago, I was pushed out of my career. Okay, and I talk a lot about push and pull factors, and I would be very hypocritical if I told you that this life that this was all a pull factor, that I was just drawn to this life, so I left work and here I am today, right? That's not the way it happened. I was pushed out of a career that I loved in some cases, but didn't love the organization, didn't love the pace of work, didn't love the stress, didn't love the toxic work environment, all those things that I had put up with for like 16 plus years. I had a nice paycheck. I loved getting the nice paycheck. So it was 5 years ago today, and let me tell you what, that last, and it all happened from about a 2-week earlier event that I'll just refer to as the Great Tea Mug Tossing Event. Picture it in your mind, and you can imagine. So I demonstrated that I was no longer going to be bullied and couldn't put up with it anymore, my tossing the towel in the ring effort. But so the last thing I bought on the road trip, I was in Oregon doing some business work, and I found these pair of socks. Okay, now they've got little office workers, and it says, I like my job, right? Can you see that? I like my job. I just love my job, right? And at the bottom it says, ha, 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 ha. That's about what I was feeling about my job at that time. And I just can't believe it's 5 years. I can't believe this is the life I created. I can't believe I'm where I'm at. It's just been incredible, but there's been a trade-off. So I really want to talk today about the risks that we take. We take risks every day that we're sitting behind that office, that chair, that laptop, wishing we were someplace else. That's a risk that it's going to take a toll on our health. We're going to be stressed. Maybe we're going to have more money, but what's it going to do to our health? What's it going to do to our future? It's a risk to be complacent. There's a risk in picking up leaving my house and RVing, right? What if I don't like it? There's a risk in switching to a brand new career, because that's what I did. I did court research, and I still have chances to go back into that area, and my heart's not in there anymore. I wanted to take charge of my own schedule, my own life. And for me, having the finances made all the difference in the world. So I took the risk of becoming a financial coach. And I'll tell you what, financially, I am a lot worse off. I am. Health-wise, spiritually, inner peace-wise, I am a whole lot better off. Now, the financial piece, I believe all these experiences that I'm having are going to be packaged. I'm going to package them into this incredible tool, or this incredible book, this incredible speaking tour. I am just going to soar. So I'm not as concerned about making up ground on the financial end, because I believe it's going to happen. But I can't give up the way I feel now. When I think back about these 5 years, There are really, several concepts that come into mind. And that first year was really difficult. I felt very bitter. They never gave me the chance to talk. They being the HR, the former organization, never gave me the courtesy to ask me what happened, never got to tell my story. And I felt bitter for a long time, but I knew that, they don't care. You're gone, you're gone. It was only impacting me. So I worked very hard to get over that bitterness and replace it with, what happened, I made, I made myself get fired, basically. And I did it for a reason. I did it to grab onto life. And so, whatever happened in the past happened in the past. I need to move forward. So one of the concepts that I really struggled with initially is identity. Because, I'm Dr. Brenda. I've got my PhD. I'm a researcher. I'm the elder abuse expert, adult guardianships. I was defining myself by the work that I did, by my paycheck, by my title, by my status. And I had to let that go and realize, you know what, I'm just me. I am just me. I am not what I do. And I've talked about this before, but it still is a challenge. So I am not what I do. I am not where I'm from. I am not where I am. I am just me. I am who I am. And I love who I am. And I can see myself growing every single day out here. The other concept that I've really had to grasp is success. Because if you're like me and you're in that traditional society, success is measured by your college degree, the size of your house, your job title, your corner office, your paycheck, your marriage. If you don't have all of those things, then you're not a success, right? So, I've had to switch the way I think about success, and success is living a coherent life that brings me joy. Success is waking up in the morning and feeling like I can't wait to dig into this day. Now, I said I was right outside Joshua Tree National Park. I've been in the park 3 days in a row, had some incredible hikes, saw some amazing sights. Success is experiencing life. What if it is that easy? Creating events, being nice to other people, living my life with integrity. So those are some of the big concepts, but the biggest one, the thing I have discovered in these 5 years, is joy. And I've experienced happiness. Happiness comes from circumstances. Happiness is fleeting. Joy is deep down inside. So when I'm hiking and I get into the groove and I'm in this beautiful place, I'm walking, I'm smiling, I am brimming with joy. And I feel like these 5 years have actually been a gift. Now, I didn't jump into the RV life right away. I mean, I left May 2020, so for over 2 years, I sat at my dining room table building this financial coaching business, being miserable, gaining weight, drinking too much, really wondering what I was doing with my life. And so it was a bigger risk to stay in that environment and to do nothing and stay in my secure house. It's a bigger risk to be complacent than it was to trade in the house and discover what life is out here. So everything is a risk. You're taking a risk by sitting behind that desk for another week, another 2 weeks. You're taking a risk by jumping into a new career. You're taking a risk by becoming an RVer. You're taking a risk by, deciding to become a parent. Everything is a risk. And at the end of the day, we have to live with those choices. And some don't turn into success right away. I believe they do down at the end, because all of those experiences feed us into the next step. I feel like these 5 years have been a primer. I'm just getting started, my friends. I'm just getting started. So I talked about, changing the way I do my RV life to find a home base. That, I believe, is in the next chapter. Writing a book. I've got this book title in my head. I've got speeches planned in my head. I've got to write it down, figure out how to become a speaker, paid speaker. I will do that. And I'm excited about the future, but it's something that I am creating. I'm not letting life happen to me. I am building the life that I want. And so that is my message for you. Wherever you are, you might have dark days. You might be where I was, just plugging away and dealing with the stress of a work environment and just, one more year, one more year, one more year. Maybe it's time to just say, I've had enough, because, when you're forced to, you can live off of a relatively small amount of money. You just take what's important to you. Throughout the rest, you can manage. So don't let fear stand in your way. 5 years, 5 years, 5 years. Yes! I have life again, guys. I have my life. You guys, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.